If you've ever dreamed of staying in a Victorian home that kind of looks like a gingerbread house, then I have the perfect Airbnb for you. Located about 15 minutes away from Stowe, Vermont, which is one of the cutest towns on the East Coast, Antiquity Acres is a working farmhouse built in 1902 and restored in 1988. This house is so beautifully preserved, and there's so much history in all the details. I'm a maximalist and a vintage girly, so I was obsessed with all of the art and the antiques and the decor, but especially this room. Something about it, I wanted to spend all my time in here. It is so perfect, and look at this view. Absolutely gorgeous. Even though I was absolutely in love with that bedroom, it wasn't quite big enough for my boyfriend and I since we were on this trip together, so this was the actual room that we stayed in, which was just as lovely. A little bit more space for me to spread out, but just as beautiful of a view. One of the surprise highlights of our trip was having access to this pond in the backyard. It took me a little convincing to get in. But it was surprisingly warm, and we were assured that there were no leeches or snakes in the water, which, to be honest, wasn't really something that was on my mind. But good to know. There's 2 dogs and a couple of horses that live on site, which for me was a huge